BMS Plumbing and Restorations found this toilet in a school gym, if I am remembering right, and it originally came from a trailer. Unfortunately, the damage on this toilet is quite extensive. The bowl isn't damaged too badly on the outside. The tank is just about fallen to pieces. So there's a giant crack right here that was sealed up by whoever owned it before. BMS did not do that. It's got another crack right here that wasn't sealed. Then if we come over to the front, we will see a crack right here, which goes all the way down to the side right where that white spot is. And then if we come to this side, there's just some scratches and a crack right there. And if we come over to the back, we will see a giant crack going all the way from top to bottom and splitting off right around here. So this is the only form of identification on the toilet, just a few stamps. There's nothing on it that actually says Peerless, but this is definitely a Peerless toilet. Even the lid was not safe from damage. It is nearly broken in half. As you can see right here, there's a crack that goes all the way along the top right to about here where that lip begins. And since this toilet came from a trailer, it has a bolt hole, because if you're driving down the highway, you don't want that lid falling off. When BMS got this toilet, I believe it had this flush valve. Actually, I know it must have, because he didn't take the tank off. Whoever had this before made sure the tank bolts didn't leak by very thoroughly sealing them with some sort of black paste. And I don't think I'm going to do a high tank test on this toilet, and I definitely do not want to try taking that off, because it most certainly will break. But I think the flush valve is actually original. I don't know why it has two guide arms, but this one is not centered and I can't move it. When BMS got it, it had a handle like this, and it had an older Fluidmaster 400A, but they did not come with the toilet when I got it, so I just put a couple of my parts in there. This tank ball is frozen in place. It won't unscrew from the lift wire, so I just left it in there, even though I think it leaks a little bit. Unfortunately, this toilet froze, and that caused the piece to separate. And I was wiping away some of the grime in there, and I noticed that one of the cracks down here was open. So I pushed on it a little bit, and this whole section just popped off. And I don't know how it survived this long without breaking, but it is all broken all the way back there. So the water, when I flush it, will completely bypass the trap and go out the hole. But that little piece there is actually covering the hole, so it kind of has a sort of normal flush because the water won't drain correctly. So let's see what it does. It's sad that it's in this condition, but it's better than not having a toilet at all. So I'm going to try to get this piece out so we can see a flush without the hole blocked. So this is the piece that popped out, obviously, and you can see there are just minerals all around it, which means that it has been completely separated for a long time. So again, I'm really surprised that it managed to get here without breaking further. So now let's see a flush with the outlet clear. Looks like something disconnected in there. But anyway, it flushes a lot like a Toto CU141. And I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, I'm not going to do tests on this toilet because it can't even flush properly. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this again. But yeah, so this toilet is really cool. And another thing I meant to mention was that it is not actually a smaller toilet. This bowl is a normal size bowl. It'll fit a normal size seat, but they just put a small tank on it, whereas my other trailer toilet had an actual small bowl. So that's convenient if you want to replace the seat. But anyway, that is all for this video. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe and turn on notifications. It helps my channel a lot and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.